Hey YouTube, my name's Fight, and yes, I'm live again, but this is something different this time, so just bear with me. I figured since it's very close to Halloween, I'm going to tell something that happened, terrifying, that happened when I was little. My friends, some of them said that it might help me to get over the fear. Oh, I'm reconnecting. Hang on. For what happened, but it's hard for me to talk about this because I'm afraid I'm going to be made fun of or say nobody believes me or something. But here's the thing. When I was little, I was the only girl in a neighborhood full of boys. And I would always stay out late, even later than them. They would always go in once it got dark. I was always allowed to stay out really late. And one night I was sitting in the swing. My dad had built this fence around our yard. It was a wooden fence, and he had built this gate really large. He made it about 6 feet tall. And this night, I was having a really bad feeling all day. Well, I said bye to my friends. They all went home, and I was out for maybe another hour. And suddenly, I got a dreadful feeling, worse than I'd felt the entire day. So I just tried to ignore it, kept swinging. Then something else. Well, I didn't want to look, so I just pretended it was just a dog. Told myself it was. Eventually, I felt something was watching me, so my instinct was to look at the fence. I don't know why I looked at the fence gate, but over there was like I said, it was a 6 foot gate, but it was standing a good foot taller than the gate, perfectly with ease, and it was just standing there, and it growled. And this is something you would imagine a demon would make. So I just kind of in shock at that point, I guess, because I just sat there and stared at it. Well, then it decided it was going to climb over the fence, and it was like humanoid, but it was more skinny and scrawny, almost like it was just made of bone. And I remember just running to the house best as I could, but then next thing I know, something is slamming me into the dirt, and my face hit the concrete, and my hip gets a cut on it from something trying to dig at me. And I finally get away from it. I don't really know how. It's just, I guess I've been so tiny my whole life. I guess I wiggled away from it. And so I ran to the house and I got in the front door, and then it was over. I went and looked out my bedroom window, which overlooks the gate. I didn't see anything. My mom went and got her shotgun and went out and looked, and she couldn't find nothing. My dad, we woke him up, and he went out and looked, and he didn't see nothing. So the next morning, they believed me, but the next morning we decided to go look at the fence. And there were at least 6 inch long scratches, deep enough to be at least 2 or 3 inches into the pure wood gate that my dad built, just from where something was climbing up it and pulling itself over. Now I remember what this thing looked like. It's like if you put like a Walmart sack in the fire and let it start melting and then pour water on it. That weird saggy looking look that it has, that's its skin. And its eyes are like silver. They're silveryish white, but no like iris or white of the eyes. It's just the whole thing. And ever since then, I have been terrified of being out in the dark. It's like I feel like it's watching me ever since. And it's really hard to talk about this with anybody, which is why my friend suggested to try it on YouTube to see if anybody has any idea or had seen something similar. Because I know everybody says, oh, I've seen ghosts, I've seen monsters as kids, because we have imagination. But I know what I saw because the scars are there and they're proof on that old gate. Now, we moved a couple years later because we kept just, it was just creepy. We couldn't really sleep that much ever, or at least I couldn't. My parents just said they couldn't. So eventually we moved, but the gate's still there. I went back about 3 months ago. Somebody had bought it, and they let me go through the gate. They bought our old house, I mean, and the gate was just, it was still clawed to pieces like it was that day. They had painted over it, but you could still see the deep claw marks. Now, if you see this video, uh, please share it because I'm really hoping somebody out there has something they can tell me about this. Something that might even help me to finally sleep or go out in the dark without having to have 50 million lights. And that's where I'm going to end this. Thank you for watching and taking your time to at least listen to me.